new science teacher. Is everybody here?
Yes.
Before we start the lesson, sign your bookbase and I can attendance. Okay? Are you ready to start?
Ready.
Okay, firstly, Lily.
I hope I don't fall asleep in class.
Okay, Nadine.
Today I hope I was happy for learning.
Okay, Dila.
Sorry, today will be better.
Okay, Fanny. Okay, next topic.
Today I have to learn many things in this class.
Okay, next topic.
Today I wish I can answer the best window.
Okay, next is that.
I wish I have birthday and happy.
Okay, next topic.
I wish I can understand and speak.
Okay, next Lisa.
Okay, I wish I can do home every day.
Next Taylor.
I wish I could.
Last Dirma.
In this today, I hope to understand.
Okay, finish. I hope you are all ready for your science lesson. Do you know contours?
No.
Okay, contours is a traditional children's game in the UK. They use horse chinan seed. Okay. Here I will to ask. First question: if you put contours in water, what happens? And number two: why some objects sink and some float in water? You can read your answer by scanning the barcode first. I give you 3 minutes to fill in the answer.
Tell me how to fill it in.
And open my phone and open your book.
Okay, please, thank you.
Okay, time finish. Look at the answer from your friend. Some of you answer. His answer is C. You answer are all correct. Okay, next everyone. Learning is an endless journey towards knowledge. So let's learn about density and buoyancy material this morning with emphasis.
Hello, friends. Seems my voice has changed a bit due to the cold. Anyway, today we will learn about floating and sinking. Have you ever wondered why some things float and some things sink? Let's learn about floating and sinking today. What causes some things to float and some to sink? Well, it's all about something we call density. Don't worry, let me explain this. Everything around us is made up of small molecules. In some objects, tiny little objects called molecules are tightly packed together, and in others, they are loosely packed together. This is actually what density means. The objects that are tightly packed together have a higher density, and the more loosely packed objects aren't that dense. Whatever objects sink are more dense. See the stone? These marbles? And yes, these coins. They all sink in water because the molecules are jam-packed in these. Similarly, whatever objects float are less dense, like this rubber ball, this plastic bottle, and this lovely balloon. They all float in water because the molecules are loosely packed in these. Some boats and ships are large and would seem very dense, but they still float. To understand this, let me explain the Archimedes principle. It states that any object immersed in a fluid is acted upon by an upward or buoyant force equal to the weight of the fluid displaced by the object. The ship has a long and wide base, because of which the amount and weight of water displaced by it increases. So, as the weight of displaced water increases, the buoyant force exerted by the water also increases, and the ship floats on water. So, if the buoyant force is equal to the object's weight, then the object will float. If the buoyant force is less than the object's weight, then the object will sink. But you must have heard in the news about some ships that sink in water. When the weight of the ship is more than the maximum possible upthrust, then it sinks to the bottom. Can you show some objects that sink and some objects that float? Yay! Some sinking objects are coins, iron nails, glass, stone and marble, and other things. Some floating objects are bottles, paper clips, cork, plastic balls, and balloons. Now, you know a lot about floating and sinking. I'm going to have some ginger tea for my throat. Bye-bye, friends.
First of all, have you seen the video in the Google Classroom?
Yes.
After watching the video, have you summarized the content of the video?
Yes.
Yes. Please explain the content of the video. Okay, Nadir. The video explains the density of a substance of the density of an object. Density in the measurement of mass per unit volume of an object. The higher the density of an object, the greater the mass per volume. When the density of an object is more than the density of a liquid, the object sinks. When the density of an object is less than the density of a liquid, the object floats. And when the density of the object is equal the density of a liquid, the object drifts. Understand, Nadir? Okay, next. Does density affect the position of an object when placed in water? Yes. Okay, next. This is related in the law of Archimedes. Below are some density of object or names of substance in the table. Do you know your group math that I have shared in the Google Classroom? No, Miss. I will divide you into two groups. Yes. Fethi, Alfi, Nirma, Bila, Farid, and Helen in group 1. And Nadif, Isna, Trisa, Septi, and Mary in group 2. Okay? Okay. Next, please join your group. And are you ready to do your experiment? Ready. Okay. I share the worksheet. Take a look at the content of the worksheet. Read the instruction before we start the activity?
No, Miss.
Okay, first I will share the tools and questions. Did all groups have completed the experiment?
Yes, Miss.
What happened from your experiment? You can read in the worksheet in 10 minutes. Each group can present in front of the class about the complete worksheet. The presentation starts from group 1 and continues with other groups with an estimated time of 5 minutes per group. Group 1, please to present. Okay, give appreciation to group 1. After doing the experiment, is the hypothesis you method between in accordance with the result you have obtained?
Yes.
No. Okay, next let's see your video. Let's sing together. Singing. and sink and water relate to substance density?
Miss, I don't understand.
The density substance is closely related to the form of the object. Solid generally have a higher density than liquid and gas because the particles are denser. In this experiment, objects with different mass and volumes are put into water to observe whether they sink or fall. This phenomenon is consistent with Archimedes' law, which states that objects in a fluid experience a buoyant force equal to the weight of the displaced fluid. If the buoyant force is greater than the weight of the object fluid. If it is equal, the object drifts, and if it is less, the object sinks. Do you have understand? Yeah, understand?
Yes.
Density is the measurement of mass per unit volume of an object. The higher the density of an object, the greater the mass per volume. Density is the mass of matter. The volume is more than 1 centimeter, and volume and mass ratio. This is a density formula. Rho equal to mass per volume. The unit of density can be expressed in kilogram per meter or gram per centimeter. Example, a cup with a side length of 2 cm has a mass of 16 gram, so its density is volume cup equal to 2 cm times 2 cm times 2 cm. So volume cup is 8 cm. The density is 16 gram per 8 centimeter equal to 2 gram per centimeter. In this law, read that an object partly or completely into a liquid will experience an upward force equal to the weight of the liquid involved. So, this law explains the relationship between gravity and upward force on an object if it is put into water. As a result of the upward lifting force or buoyant force, of course, objects that are in liquid will experience a reduction in weight. As a result, objects lifted in water will feel lighter than when lifted on land. Object is floating, hovering, and sinking. Some objects experience the even below according to their mass. First, density of object equal to density of liquid hovering object. And number 2, density of object more than density of liquid floating object. And number 3, density of object less than density of liquid sinking object, such as the picture. Understand now?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any question about the density of matter and the fluid Arsen experiment?
No.
Okay, if no question, next is this quiz session and learning reflection. Do this session on Google Classroom. What we need until tonight, understand?
Yes.
Okay, children, today's learning has been complete.